Hello, good morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you are watching this. I am Jane Taylor Nat, and my name's Nat. I'm a Scottish knitter, and I forgot to give myself much of an introduction or even say hi, really, in the following clip. But this is my summer knits vlog, or like project vlog. So the main focus is going to be on this top, which I have since finished because I'm making this post-editing. I also make like a bralette, but you'll see that as it comes on. So I just wanted to introduce myself. If you're new to this channel, lovely to meet you. If you're returning to this channel, it is great to see you return. I hope that you enjoy this video. Stick around for more if you do, and I will catch you in the next clip. Hello, it is actually about 8 p.m. in the evening, but I thought I would start recording this now before I knit anymore. So what I want to speak to you about is, if you have watched my first podcast video, you will know I started to make, or I planned on making an Toilichte Bra Dk tank with this yarn and a blue yarn. However, the blue looks horrible with this. Like, they're both lovely, but not together. So what I started today, and I've already started to do the maths, so I've got the maths for the back panel, is creating an O-neck fingering weight version. And I'm going to be honest and say that this looks a little wide, but I suppose when I put it up to myself, it doesn't look that wide. That is a good length that it should cover bra straps, I would like to say. So this is the start of my back panel. I'm not far in it at all, as you can see, because I did want to start this, but I wanted to make sure that the maths was mathing, essentially. So what I've done is I've done the start of the top bits of the back that go onto the straps, and I am doing some decreases because if you've seen what my O-neck top looks like, I made that in a DK weight. In Sannisgarn, Lena, and Drops Belle Moss. The way that goes is it's like further out and then it comes in and then goes back out, like a racer back top. I think that's what they're called. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. So what I'm knitting this in is leftover knitting for Olive cotton merino in mole, I want to say. And I actually won't lie, I am not a big fan of this colour, which is exactly what I said about the stripes on the DK weight version, but I've worn it a couple times, so actually I mustn't hate it that much. And if you know anything about me, I might have already mentioned anyway, that knitting for Olive cotton merino actually can give me some sensitivity if it's tight. So I am going to have to be mindful of that when I knit it. But we're just going to take it from here and see how it goes. I have this much of a ball and a full ball. The plan is for this to be potentially cropped. If it turns out to be full length, amazing, I love it. If it's not full length, that's fine, I'll have a cropped version. Yeah, I'll just see what's what. But I thought I would start it now so you guys can see the progress on it. And yeah, in the next video I will show you how much progress I've made, and I've even started doing the maths, which I'm not gonna lie, I started doing the maths last night. My partner started to get ready to go to bed. I genuinely went and took the iPad up with me to bed to do some of the maths, and then I had to stop myself from doing any more beyond the back panel because I didn't need it. Like, not yet. I've got a while to go before I'm on the front panel. Like, this is on 2.5 millimeter needles, so I don't need that yet. But I couldn't help myself. I do love a bit of a puzzle, and so making patterns is always a bit of a puzzle. And the maths I quite enjoy, but I think translating it from DK weight to fingering weight has also been pretty interesting for me. That's so nerdy to say, but it has been. So yeah, I have started that, and yeah, I don't actually know what else to say to you, but that is the start of this, and we'll just see how it goes over the next few days or the next few weeks. Okay, I will see you next time I've got an update for you. Good morning, I hope you're all doing well. So I haven't had much progress, but it is now Friday the 26th, I want to say. I might be wrong with that. I'll say what the day is, I'm sure. And this is what we have of our O-neck on the back. I'm currently on doing some decreases. I couldn't actually find the correct pickup rates, so I've kind of done a bit of a mix because I don't want it to be, the decreases to be like too long or too short. And if I did it at the same decrease rate, it would be. But I don't have an issue with it as of yet. It seems fine. I think I've actually for once really figured out how to do my decreases. I think I always do the decreases the wrong way round, and so then it leaves this gap. However, at least so far here, I don't think you're seeing them, and that is lovely, and I wish I knew that sooner. But the more I do self-drafting, the more I'm realising what to use when, which is brilliant. And yeah, I don't imagine there's going to be a lot of updates on this. This is probably going to be like at least a month-long vlog. So this is us now. I will speak to you soon about this. However, I thought because this is going to be a slightly long-term project, because I do have my focus on other things at the moment, that I could also incorporate this, and please ignore the amount of ends. I wanted to finish off the smaller bits I had first. So this is going to be a Toilichte bra, and I think it was maybe doing this is when I realised how to do the decreases. I only have this amount to do this Toilichte bra, so it might not become anything, but I thought that's maybe, originally I was going to make it its own video, and then I thought I best not, because if it comes to nothing, then I have just done this for no reason. But I thought I could maybe incorporate it in here, and if it gets done, it gets done. It's not my main priority if it doesn't. It is in Drops Belle Moss Green, which is left over from my cardigan you'll maybe have seen in other videos. Yeah, this is the back panel. Obviously it's not, yeah. But I'll maybe also update you on this as we go on. I hope that you are all having a great time at the moment. We have just gone from having a heat wave to it now being a bit miserable today. I woke up at like 3 in the morning to thunder and lightning. So yeah, I think our nice sort of heat wavy time is coming to an end, but that's Scotland for you. Good weather never lasts that long. We were really lucky last year to have such a good summer. And that's, yeah. But I hope you have a great time. I need to now hurry up and head off to work because it is 8 and I am not ready to go. So I'll see you soon. I'm going to finish my coffee and head away. Bye! Good morning. It is Saturday the 27th of June. My voice is really quite sore today. I don't know why, but I've got my tea, so hopefully that's going to help. What I wanted to show you, I haven't made much progress on this actually. We're sat about here. I think if I filmed yesterday, which I actually can't remember, I have probably actually not done really anything to it since. But I thought I would make this part of the video because I'm planning on going out later with a friend, and the hope is that I'll either be able to knit on this or I'll be able to knit on my slate shoe zipper jumper, which is here, and it would just depend on what the day is like. But I'll be knitting on one of the two because we're going for like a week coffee, and we'll hopefully make some progress on this. Or I might sit and do a wee bit of knitting on this morning as well, so I have finished the decreases and then I can start thinking about where I'm going to need to be when I'm out, because I can imagine that I will finish this section and then if I'm out I'm not going to have the brain space to think about it. Even though I have the pattern written down, I just feel like my brain's going to go nope, and so I will probably end up otherwise reverting to the Toilichte zipper jumper. But I thought I would just update you with that. Then now I am going to do a little bit of editing and I am going to watch a couple of videos, I think, just have a chilled morning, a bit of a nitty morning, and see how it all goes. So I will see you later. Good morning, it is Sunday the 28th of June. My throat is still a bit sore, so I'm gonna have to apologise there. Yesterday I did go out with my friend, as I mentioned. We went for coffee, and then actually we went to a yarn shop that also has a cafe, and then ended up getting something to eat there. We were out for longer than I thought. I thought I'd be home probably about 3, half 3, and I wasn't home until 4, but it was lovely to spend some time with her, so I'm not complaining. We tried a new coffee shop. It wasn't for us. The owner was lovely. Nothing wrong with that. I just think I'm not sure if it was the vibe we were going for as such. Because it was warm in there, which I think was maybe another factor. I could only knit on this. I couldn't knit on my Toilichte zipper jumper, which is the other whip that I had with me. So yes, I have done quite a lot, as you can see from the last time we spoke. This is a mixture of doing stuff while I was out. I probably finished my like flat knitting section with no increases or decreases while I was out, and then I have been working on the increases since I have been home, and I'm halfway through the increases. There are more to go, but once my washing is finished, the plan is for me to go out and get a bite to eat. I am challenging myself to go out and try different things. So here's where we're at. I just want to really quickly say that this colour is growing on me. I actually really like it. Not sure how it's going to look on me, but I think knitting it in a denser fabric than I did with the Toilichte tee is actually doing it wonders. And also I decided to do the rib band thicker than I have in these, and actually I'm in love. Like I'm loving this thicker band, and it was just based on the fact that with the DK weight version that I used, or I made, it was going to be a thicker button band. It was going to be a thicker band anyway, and then I thought, you know what, let's carry that over, and I'm in love. Like, this looks really sleek. I feel it looks really good. And I think I mentioned in my last video, like my last clip, that I think that I have mastered decreasing, and I think when I said it, it sounded like I didn't know how to decrease before, but I do know how to decrease. I was just doing the decreases the wrong way, because I had in my head I was trying to get one line going down. So instead of doing like slip slip knit, I was doing knit two together. But actually I've since realised that doing it the other way around, and instead of focusing on having a line coming down, I just have points where it sort of comes together. It looks a lot nearer. That's what I mean. I don't mean that I couldn't do decreases before. Yeah, so this is where I'm at on this. I haven't done absolutely nothing to the Toilichte bra. I honestly don't believe I'll finish it, on the basis that I've got a bit of a block, knowing that I probably don't have enough yarn for it. And like the want's not really there. Like, the motivation to knit it isn't there, on the basis that I don't know if I go to finish it, if it'll be finished. And I know I could easily just go on to Wool Warehouse and buy another yarn, like another ball, and that would be absolutely fine. Like, I could probably manage that, but yeah, I can't. Like, there's a block there. I can't make myself. Yeah, so I am going to head on out, and then the plan is maybe I will get a chance to finish the increases and start the front panel. I probably won't start the front panel while I'm at, but I will probably be able to finish these increases either while I'm out or when I come back from being out. Yeah, that is the plan. And we'll see how it goes, and I will update you when I have more to update you on. Good morning. I thought I would give you guys a wee update. So this is going to be a pain to try and show you where it's at. And I've managed to get ends sort of everywhere at the moment. So yesterday I finished the back panel, which was the plan. And I did in fact go out for my breakfast, and then I spent a lot of the time in the garden yesterday. And then did a bit of work in the garden. But I finished this, and I have done my left front strap, and I have picked up last night before going to bed for my right front sleeve. So I just need to do the increases to make the scoop neck, and then I will be able to start doing the front panel. So that is where I'm at. It's going quite quickly because, as I say, yesterday I was out in the garden. It was the only thing I could work on. It was roasting outside. It was only like 20 degrees, but I am sunburned in a couple of places. And yeah, I did this much. So I just thought I'd give you that update. I hope you are all doing well, and I will catch you next time I update. Hello! Ignore the fact it's kind of dark. It's a bit of a meh day outside. I have not long just filmed my second podcast, and in my second podcast I was talking about my drop spell Toilichte Bra, which at the start of the video I said I was going to I don't even know where it is in here. I don't know if it is in there. I was saying one of the biggest things I have that's a block for me is one, not knowing if the yarn is going to make it to the end. However, I have realised that drops are having a sale on Wool Warehouse, so it's not the end of the world. I can buy another ball. Not that it was expensive anyway. Drop spell is like £2. And then I was saying that I think maybe the other issue I've got is the fact that I haven't rewrote the pattern into DK weight. Now, I wrote the original pattern in using a knitting for olive, so it was in fingering weight. And I think every time I've gone to do the Toilichte Bra, I have like done each section figuring it out as I've gotten so far. Like so far I've only done like the back panel, so I've looked at how many times I need to decrease and then started to look at how many times I'm going to need to increase. I think yeah I didn't even finish. So I think what I'm going to do, because as I said in my podcast, I don't think it's going to take me nearly as long as it probably could do. Like, I am procrastinating doing it, which is making me procrastinate on making it. And I'd like to know sooner rather than later if I'm going to need more yarn for it while Drops has a sale. I think it's got like a 30-day sale. We are currently 12:55. Sorry, that's the wrong around for you. But I'm going to see how long it's going to take me to actually complete transferring the notes, difference in a fingering into the DK weight. So wish me luck. We'll see how it goes. I will join you again when I finish this section. I am back, and I can confirm it took longer than I expected it to, but I have also had lunch. in the meantime. And part of the reason it took so long was I refused to go up the stairs and get what I needed. So there had been bits on my diagram where I hadn't labelled the width or how much it was moving. Like, see, like the armhole, I didn't see how much was coming here. However, in the end, I gave in and I went upstairs and got this. Oh God, I can't ever hold it to sit right. There we go. The time is now. So that took me, what, an hour and a half? Yeah, it took me an hour and a half, and I said it'd take me 40 minutes, so it took me about double that. But we got there. I can, in fact, confirm it does make me more willing to knit on it. But I'm about to go and edit my podcast that, as I said, I made earlier. So I'm going to knit on something else in the meantime that I'm not going to have to think about increases or decreases or whatever. But yeah, I'm glad to know that that's one block out of the way, and now I can just knit until that runs out. But that's that. I'm going to go and edit my podcast, and then I'm going to watch some podcasts, I think, and keep it a nice cozy day. I don't know if I said in the last clip why I was wearing this. I'm cold and I refused to go and get a jumper, and this was sat in the back of the chair, so I'm just sat with a blanket on top of me. That's that. I have had 2 different designs that I've thought about in my head that both require drop spell, and drop spell is on sale for this month, so I have decided that at least today I am going to knit as much as I can on this. So I've already knit a few more rows. I think I can easily finish the back panel maybe within an hour or so. It's currently 5 to 11. I can't promise you I'm going to be able to update that much today though, because my partner is home, and so I would like to spend some time with him too. But I will still be working on this at the same time. But I thought I would just say that that is the plan for today, and I will keep a wee note of how long it actually is taking me. So yeah, I will catch you up, guys, when I catch it, but at almost 11 on Sunday the 5th, here is where I am. I've also done this, but okay. Oh, hello. So it's time for another update. It is just after 3 p.m. I was away for lunch, so I was away for about 45 minutes, maybe an hour. We have done about 2.5 hours work in total so far, and here is where we're at. I can ignore all the ends. I don't even want to look at them. But yeah, here's where we're at. The whole of the back panel is done. This looks really, really ratty, but it has also been done really quickly, so it is what it is. This is the amount we've done on the front. So we have just joined the 2 arms, or the 2 straps, sorry, together for the front panel, and we have, if it's not getting caught, this much left, and it's going well. It's going a lot quicker, obviously, than I thought it was. This is less than 3 hours work. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's probably 3 hours including the bit that I had already started. I imagine I'm gonna finish the ball tonight at least, but I thought I would update you now, because when my partner comes back into the living room, we are going to watch Avatar Fire and Ash, so that's going to be about 3 hours of watching the film, so I won't be able to update you then. I imagine in that time I will be at least knitting in the round. I don't know if I'll be able to finish this. I do think that there's only so much. And I'm going to be buying more drop spell, and part of me is kind of tempted to get a wee bit extra on a different colour, so a colour I'm already going to buy anyway, and just finish it in that. because I know if I get another ball of the green, I'm not gonna finish it. Like it's like I'm just gonna be in the same situation as before, where I have a part ball of drop spells left. But I will update you later this evening, and let you know where I'm at. But there we go. We are here with all of these millions of ends. Hello, so it's much later now. We are about 7:20. I got as far as I could on my bra. Let me show you. And I'm a wee bit annoyed, but I'll show you this first. Here is where I am. So I was right. I was going to need another ball of yarn. I need to weave in all my ends. That's what I'm going to need to do while I wait. However, I was having a conversation with my partner. So if you've seen my podcast, I put out my second podcast. In that I mentioned how I'd had a dream about like a jumper I wanted to make, or like a hoodie, like a knitted hoodie type thing I wanted to make, and I was going to use drop belts for it. And so I thought, well, hey, I can buy this at the same time. And I've also since had an idea of like a men's shirt pattern that I could do. And my partner's not entirely sure that he cares for it, but I was like, hey, I can't knit you a sweater cause the sweater curse, and I'm not tempting fate, man. So a shirt I could do for you. And I actually, if I can find it, I'll link it below if I remember. I was watching a video this morning by Pickle Knits on Instagram. She was searching for men's summer knits and not much was coming up. In fact, on free patterns there wasn't really anything coming up, and on paid patterns and Ravelry there was only about 7. And so maybe it was an issue with tagging, or I don't know, but it made me think about how actually when you think about men's knits, like what would they wear? And then I was doing a bit of exercise earlier and watching a video, and I think you do get like sort of crocheted men's tops, or at least in my head I can envision some. And I think there's certainly some sort of like lace patterns out there that are more masculine. And so I thought maybe I could do that. And so I had mentioned it to my partner this morning, and this evening I was like, right, let me find you some examples of what I'm on about. So this is kind of the idea, and this is kind of the pattern I would want to go for it. And then I was like, what I need you to do is find some yarn, like what colour yarn you would like. And went and sent them the link for Drop Spell on Wool Warehouse. And I think I mentioned yesterday when I was doing it about how they're having a discount sale. I didn't think about how quickly the colours would go. They're currently out of moss green, so I can't continue this at the moment. That's that. I can't buy the black because the black's out of stock as well, which is what I had for this hoodie idea, and most likely the colour that he wants is not in stock. So amazing, I know, absolutely amazing. But I did knit as much as I could on this before it ran out. I've got literally this amount left, and I think I had finished maybe 2 hours into the film. And for the second half of the film, I was knitting on my Toilichte Bra Dk, and I am ready to join under the arms. I would have waited and joined and then spoke to you guys, but I'll be honest and say that my partner is currently outside, so I thought this was the best time to film it, and I think he might be back before I've joined, so it was easier just to show you now. I also want to apologise for the reflection, because I've got my glasses on, but it is what it is. And at least for the moment in my summer knits, I can keep working on this, and on a worst case, we don't finish the Toilichte bra in this vlog. It'll be sad, but I mean, it'll not be the end of the world. You'll see if I don't finish it on here anyway, you'll see in a podcast when it's finished. So that is your update. I don't imagine you'll hear any more from me today. I'm gonna work a wee bit on that. Yeah, Bye. Oh. Hello. I wanted to give you a quick update for two things. The first thing being, here is where my Toilichte Bra Dk is. And I'm going to be honest with you and say that this is not sitting very flat. I do actually think that the stitches are fine. Like if I hold it here, it doesn't move back, but I actually think it's a bit strange. It's the same on my other neck. It's like when it's lying flat, until it's blocked at least, it doesn't want to sit flat. But when it's on, it does. What I did realise, unfortunately, is when I have been knitting the increases around the O-neck, I have knit them really tightly. So look, this is my back band. See how I can stretch that? This is the front band. It's not really got much give. Which means when I will be having to put it on, I will need to take my glasses off, but that's fine. I can still get it over my head. It's just a bit of a tighter fit. So yeah, this is me now officially on the second ball. I have only not long started in the round, but it's looking good. I think I should be able to get this to a decent length. I'm not saying it's gonna be not falling or like not untucking if I have a top on with this second ball, but I do have faith that it's going to be a normal-ish length to top, and I'm just going to have to be wary of what trousers I'm wearing with it. So that is this. Yeah, I'm really quite chuffed with it. I don't feel this neckband is as sort of clean, but I'm sure blocking will help that a little bit, and it is what it is. Like, it's handmade at the end of the day. Then the second bit I wanted to update you on is the other day, I think it was Sunday, so we're now Tuesday, I said about how I had wanted to order some drop spell, and I was so like, yeah, no, that's fine. Like, I could order it because it's on sale. So yeah, and then it all went out of stock. All of the yarn went out of stock. However, this morning, after I ordered an extra ball of the Croft Shetland Tweed last night, this morning, I had 3 emails come through to say that all of my yarn that I was after from Drop Spell came back into stock. So, and I have 2 orders from Wool Warehouse. Hello. I've currently got a really sore head. So if my energy level is a little bit low, that is why. It's also why the curtain behind me is closed. I only have a bit of one of the curtains in front of me open. Yeah, I also got sunburnt yesterday, so I'm wearing a very loose top, which is why I look like I'm wearing pajamas. I just wanted to give you guys an update on my Toilichte Bra in a DK weight, because I have just finished it. And I have even just put in the elastic. So it does need blocked still, so not everything is sitting properly, but here is what it looks like. Here is the elastic on the inside. Yeah, it looks massive, but then I have to remember how it's going to fit on me, and I remember it's not actually that massive. Like, it's a wee bit of a higher sitting one, hence why there is more fabric on the front. Like, if you look at the side, there's only like this much fabric, but at the front there is this much, so it's a higher sitting top. I did go back and add in, I don't know if I showed you, honestly, I think this has been a rush. Like, I think I finished this in about 10 hours in total, this whole bra. When I was knitting this, you put stitches on hold and then you knit across. So last night I knit across on both sides, and then I did my neckband. And I'll be honest and say I had to go back and do my neckband smaller. I'll show you where we're at on this bra. No, it's not bra. On this top while I'm here and I've got you. I have done about 1 to 2 inches on the side here. I've got maybe another inch or so to do before I start decreasing, because I think I mentioned that I increased more for the bust at the front. Yeah, that's that. I don't have much to say. I don't think there's much that's happened since I last updated you on this. And I'm kind of trying to do everything right now without my glasses on, so you're not getting a glare and I can't see. So that is that. I hope that was an interesting update. Oh, I think I mentioned I had to put this on hold because I only had 1 ball. So I got a second ball and then I was like, oh, I'm only going to use like half of the second ball. This is what is left, which tells you, 1, I knit longer than I had thought, and 2, that I still can't figure out how much drop spell is going to take me. And I think maybe part of that is I need to start looking at meterage. I don't know what the meterage is on drop spell to know how far it's actually going to get me. But yeah, so I've only got this amount left, which is grand. I will have to figure out something to do with it. So yeah, I'll speak to you later and enjoy. Hello. I just wanted to show you this. It's yet to be blocked, so it's before blocked measurements or something like 12 inches. It's the wrong dimensions essentially, but because I only had so much, here is kind of where it is ending, which is not great when I'm wearing a top like this, but I'm hoping with blocking it gets a wee bit bigger. This is just to show where I started knitting one day, and this is literally how much I have left. That's all I have left of this. So that's why it's the length it is. It's a wee bit of a wonky length, but we will deal. You can see my straps, but that's not uncommon. I'll show you what it looks like blocked afterwards, but I thought I would show you this pre-blocking so I can then go and cut this and weave it in. But that's crazy that this is how much we have left. Yeah, I think the dimensions laying flat was something like 11 inches, 10 inches and 12 inches, like 11, 10, 12, which is not the size I was going for. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it fits pretty well. And I'm sure with time it will probably loosen anyway. It's not causing any issues. It's causing a wee bit of itchiness, but that is, as I've said before, just cotton merino. It seems to make me, I don't know, it's just got a wee bit of an itch factor to it when it's really close to the skin, which is hilarious because I don't know anybody else who says that. I'm going to show you my bralette, and I want you to know that I have been wearing it, so it's stretched out a wee bit anyway, but it's stretched out massively. Like, look how wide that is now. I'm hoping giving it a wash will bring it back in, but I actually think I might need to do something to the sides to bring it in, because it's very big positive ease, very big positive ease. So both of these have been a wee bit off. Both of these were based off of me doing it in a different way. So I did this originally a Reiki way, and I did this originally in a fingering way, and they have come out completely different, which makes me think I need to double check my gauges. In fact, I can show you this really quickly with this top on, and you can understand what I mean. Look at how much, yeah, you can see. I'm gonna need to do something. Maybe had it not had the rib section, I just removed the rib, it would have been more fitting. And I could figure something out to sort that. I could maybe rip this apart and then re-knit it with less stitches. I don't know, that might cinch it in. I don't know. It's not going to stop me wearing it. It is quite comfy. Let's take it off though. Yeah, as I say, it is quite comfy. Unlike the cotton merino version I've got, there is no itch factor, which is great. It's just like extra wide. And I think part of that is also, it's not a very elastic yarn. I think when it stretches, it stretches. There's a wee bit of stretch in this, but since there's no wool, it's not got memory is what I mean to say. So yeah, that's that. I can only hope if I put it in the wash it'll shrink a wee bit. I know that's happened with my cardigan. Yeah, I am going to block this, and then you might see me for one last clip after that. I've spent so much time on this this week, because I've finished my Toilichte sweater and I'm waiting on the zipper coming, so I've had like sole focus on this. That is that for the moment. I will show you in my final clip when this is all done and blocked. Hello! So this is from a different angle for a change. I thought it was going to be better for showing you the top before I end off this video. So here is the top. It's still quite tight fitting. There is still an itch factor, which I think I've mentioned who knows how many times. But actually it looks good. And I'll be honest and say that this is where it comes to. Like, it's not that long. It could definitely have been longer, but as I say, I only had 1 and a bit balls. But I'm pretty happy with it. I hope that you have enjoyed seeing my summer knits. We have been at this for probably about a month now. I don't even know anymore. It feels like it's been that long. But I hope you've enjoyed it, and hopefully you join me in the next video. Let me know what you're knitting down below, because I'd be interested to see what you have been knitting on while we've gone through this ride together. I honestly didn't expect me to have finished the bra before I finished this, but yeah, and then I hyper fixated on finishing this over this week. So yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye!